Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Alrighty, so today I am simply put just going to be watercolor painting a guy. That's what I'm going to be watercolor painting in today's video. There's really not much else to say, in all honesty. I'm just going to be watercolor painting a guy. He may or may not be having a smoke as well. But to start off with today's video, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to draw the guy with my Pencil Graph Gear 500 0.5 millimeter mechanical pencil. Then after that, after I sketch up the guy and everything like that, I'm going to go ahead and go over it with some watercolor. Go ahead and, well, watercolor paint the guy. And then after the watercolor has all dried and everything like that, I'm going to go ahead and go back over all of those lines with my Papermate Inkjoy Gel 0.7 millimeter pen and add in some other details as well. But first off, I got to go ahead and, well, actually draw the guy who is going to be, well, watercolor painted in today's video. So I'm just going to go ahead and get some of my lead out and go ahead and get to drawing. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do one eye right there, and then I'm going to do a nose just like that. And then I'm going to do another eye right there, I think. And then I'm going to go ahead and have that come down. I'm going to go ahead and have a mouth right there. And then I'm just going to have his neck start right there. I'm just going to have that come down. There's his ear. And now I'm going to go ahead and start adding in some clothing, because I want this guy to be fully clothed. And so let's go ahead. Does that need to come from the bottom or the top? It needs to come from the top. So let's go and give him some shoulders, just like that kind of thing. And let's go and have that come all the way down. He's going to have some pretty long arms. And then let's have some hands come out of there. Is that right? Thinking I might want to redo that. I've got my pencil click eraser with me today, so I'm going to be using this to erase. It's very clicky. The name lives up to, well, what it does. I ain't going to lie, y'all. I'm just going to go and erase this real quick. Other than this, though, I am pretty happy with the drawing so far. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the arms first, and then I'm going to do that. There we go. Hopefully that works okay. All right, there we go. And let's just stick with that. And then let's go and do the same thing on this side. There we go. And then now let's go ahead and give him the bottom of a shirt. And let's go and give him some pants. And then just some feet. He's got that oversized shirt on, you know what I'm saying? So there we go. There we go. He's all set with the drip, you know what I'm saying? Let's just go and add some shoelaces and add just some details to the pants. Go and do the pants line right there just so I know where to stop watercolor painting. And let's go and give him some name brand merch as well. He's got the Joe merch on today. Let's go and just add some details to the face as well. And I'm going to add nose lines, but I'm going to do that later. Let's go and give him some teeth. Actually, do I want those to be that size or do I want them to be smaller? I think I might leave it at that size. I'd usually go for smaller teeth, but I think I'm actually going to leave it at that size today. I'm going to go and give him some forehead lines. I'm actually going to erase that second one because I don't like it very much. And then I'm going to go and give him some eyebrows. Just like that. And I'm actually going to erase those because I colored those in just by habit. And those do not need to be colored in. Alrighty, is there anything else I want to do? One thing I am kind of thinking is that I kind of want to make these sleeves, like, it kind of just looks awkward right now. So I kind of want to make those sleeves just a little bit wider and have them actually connect up with this right here. And so that's what I'm thinking, that's exactly what I'm thinking I'm going to do. Just because this looks a little bit awkward right now, I'm just going to go ahead and erase the arms and the hands, which I haven't actually drawn yet. I need to do that too. And I'm just going to erase all of this. And then I'm just going to have this come out a little bit further as well. So that means I need to erase this so I can reposition it. It is what it is. No biggie. I'm not going to do the bottom half of his body, though. I'm not going to redo the legs or anything like that. So let's just go out just a little bit like that kind of thing. And let's just have it be like that. Am I more happy with that? Not really. Not super happy with this. Not super happy with this. It's too late for me to restart now, but I am going to try to make it the way I want. I didn't really go in with a vision of how I wanted him to look, which was my first mistake. I will admit, always go into your art with a vision of how you want it to look, and I did not do that today, and I really should have. So I think I'm just going to leave that there. Oh, and that line is not straight at all. Bruh! I just broke my eraser! Bruh! I know, Moki, I know! I know, my family's dog is hanging out with me right now, and she's going bruh too! There we go. Much better. Alright, there we go. I'm actually pretty happy with that. I think I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to have that come all the way across. I'm going to have that come down. And this needs to be a little bit in just a little bit more. And so let's go ahead and go like that. And just have that going all the way up. Oh, I'm gonna start at the top and work my way down because it just seems to be easier for me to do that in all honesty. So I'm just gonna start up here and work my way down. There we go. No complaints on my behalf. Perfect, perfect. Certainly can't complain. And there we go. It's all pretty much fixed. It's now looking a lot more like how I would want it to look. So let's go ahead and just redo this right here. Just like that. And now I do suppose it is time for me to go ahead and start watercoloring this character right here. So I'm thinking I want the sweater to be black. I want the pants to be, I'm thinking sort of like a brown color, like a brick color maybe? Or maybe, maybe I could go for, maybe I'll do black shoes, blue pants, black shirt, and then I've got to figure out what I want, how do I want to do his skin tone? I honestly don't know. I think I might just go like The Simpsons and just have him be yellow in all honesty. That would probably be the easiest. First off though, what I am going to do is I'm going to wet this entire page right here. Actually, I'm going to do it, actually, no, I'm going to wet the entire page just to make it a little bit easier on myself. And then after that, I'm going to be using this brush today because a lot of this is just a little bit too detailed for this brush. So this is the brush I'm going to be using today. I'm going to be using my Fundamentals Creative Mark 2 shader to do all of the details. And I'm going to be using my Fundamentals Creative Mark 3/4 wash to just go ahead and get all of the drawing wet and everything like that. First off though, I am just going to go ahead and start off with getting the drawing all wet. So I'm just going to go and grab some water real quick, just dab that just a little bit, and let's just go ahead and start getting this page just a little bit damp. I want to do wet on wet today, not wet on dry. And wet on wet I tend to prefer, I think. So I'm going to be doing wet on wet today. And I'm just going to get this entire drawing just completely soaked. I don't care about going outside of the boundaries. I'm just getting it wet. It is perfectly fine if I go outside the boundaries. Alright, was that everything? I think that was just about everything. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, everything is now all wet. Let's just get that all dry now. I'm going to go and set this. I'm going to go and just dry off the hilt as well. And I'm just going to go ahead and set this down over here now. And I'm going to go and pick up my brush. And I think I'm going to go ahead and start off with the pants, I think. Because once I start using black, I am never going to be able to go back. So I'm going to start off, actually, I think I might start off with yellow, do his face, and then I'm going to go on to blue, and then I'm going to do black. So I think that's how I'm going to start. So let's just go ahead and start off with the yellow. And I'm just going in for the whole sort of Simpsons thing, I think. So just putrid yellow. So there we go. There's one layer of yellow. I think I'm going to do another layer in just a moment. I think one thing I might want to do for the future is get more than one water cup. I only have one water cup in my room right now, which I've been reusing for the last couple days. And I definitely do think I need to get more than one, just so I can have one to wet everything just over and over again and one just for colors. I think that's probably a good idea. Alrighty, and there we go. Is this all? This area right here is definitely starting to dry. So I'm gonna have to make sure I be a little bit careful. I'm gonna go ahead and go over with blue, I think now. And that's not too bad. I think I might actually just wet it again. So I'm just gonna go and wet everything once again. I guess I should probably do this piece by piece, right? So I'm just gonna go mainly over the pants now. Put this down and start doing blue on the pants, and I'm gonna go for a pretty light blue. Yeah, just like that. Like a stonewashed jean sort of blue. That's what I want. There we go. Oops, I messed that up a little bit. Let's just dry this out a little bit, let it dry, and then I'm going to go back over with another layer just to make some of the area a little bit darker. Some blue leaked up here, some blue leaked out there. I don't care though. And so that's still pretty wet. I think, yeah, so this is all done right here. Do I want to add any more to the face, like color-wise or anything like that? I think that's all good. Maybe I want to go back over with water one more time and then add some other details and then do one more layer of yellow. Maybe like some sort of like orange details or something like that, give him some pimples or something. I'm not exactly sure, in all honesty. But... oh, and one thing I did forget to draw is his cigarette. I cannot believe me. Well, I'll be doing that in just a moment. I am, real quick though, getting impatient. So I am just going to dab that, dry it out, and now I can go over with another layer. Perfect. Wow, wow. Wonder how that works. Alrighty. And I'm just gonna dab that just a little bit. There we go. I'm just going to leave it at that. Pretty happy with that. And now I'm thinking I want to go ahead and add some more details to the face as well. So I'm going to go and add, I'm thinking some orange. Alrighty, just add some polka dots to them and whatnot. And I'm gonna let those dry, I think. And then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and do one more layer of yellow, and then I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the shirt. I'm doing the shirt last because I'm doing it all in like gray and black, and I know that's gonna ruin my water. So I just wanna make sure I do that last, just so I don't have to get up and re-get any water. I am real quick though, actually going to take a sip of water. I've got some great value purified drinking water with me today. It's pretty gas if I do say so myself. But without further ado, I think it should be mostly all good now. I am real quick just going to dab that right there just to dry it out. There we go. And now I'm going to go ahead and wet the entire the entire top half of his head, or his entire head in general. And once again, I am just going to dry this out just a little bit though, just to make sure it doesn't get too wet. But I am just going to go ahead and do this. Oh, and I'm getting some color on the brush, not what I want. I just want to wet the page. There we go. All right, perfect. There we go. No issues at all. Let's go and grab my brush once again. Let's go and just make sure it's all cleaned off. It is. Let's go and grab some yellow. And let's go ahead and continue. I don't know, I feel like I kind of washed away a lot of those orange details when I went over it with water. So maybe I don't need to do one more layer, but hey, whatever. So there we go. Alrighty, I'm thinking I'm going to leave it at that. And next up is yeah, that orange is not really showing through very well. It is what it is. I think it's because maybe the colors are too similar. Maybe I accidentally washed away with the really big brush. Who knows? I don't know. Whatever. I'm not terribly worried about it. I do think now, though, I'm going to go ahead and do the sweater. So I'm going to go ahead and do all of the darkest details first. So the darkest details being that right there. I want that to be really dark. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the... Yeah, there's no other really dark details I want to do. I'm thinking I want the shoes to be pretty dark too, so I'm going to go ahead and make those really dark. Just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and start going over the shirt, which actually I forgot to wet. So I'm going to do that. And I forgot to do the hands as well. I completely forgot. Oh, y'all didn't hear me cuss or anything like that. I completely forgot to do the hands. Oh, well, I'll do that later. Let's put that back down. Let's go and grab all this. I'm gonna have to clean that up, that's for sure. So I am actually going to I'm gonna do that real quick. I'm just gonna clean this up really fast. Just a little bit if I can, and just make it a little bit more distinct where it doesn't look like that happened. There we go. Perfect, perfect. Alrighty. And now let's go ahead and start doing the rest of the shirt. So I'm going to just start off right here in the middle. And I'm just going to start going over it like that and just spread the black all around. I'm definitely going to have to do another layer of black, that's for sure. I used too much in the middle right there, and now it doesn't match with anything else. Whatever. Alrighty. And I think I might actually switch to my bigger brush for this. I think I'm going to use my, Fundamentals Creative Mark 6 shader now for the rest of this, for the rest of the shirt. And there we go. That's kind of the darkness I want. That's a bit too dark. Grab that before it dries. Okay, it's okay. Let's grab some more. There we go. Alrighty. You wanna go, Monkey? Alright, Monkey. Go, Monkey, go. Go, Monkey, go. Go out. Out. Monkey wanted to leave. So she did. So there we go. Alrighty. And let's go ahead and now continue on with watercoloring this, well, watercolor painting right here. I used too much water. That was a mistake. Oh yeah, I messed up. Okay. This is definitely not my best watercolor ever, but hey, I'm trying something new, and so I certainly can't complain about that. I am, real quick, going to grab a new paper towel, and I'm just gonna dab the hell out of this area right here. Because I need to stop the water from spreading any more than it already has. Alright, and I'm gonna go and do another layer of black, I think. All right, well, I'm not the most happy with this at the moment, but we'll just have to wait and see how it turns out once I go over all of the lines with my pen and everything like that. It's not uncommon for me to not be super happy with how the watercolor painting itself turns out. But once I go over it with pen, I'm typically a lot more happy. I am real quick just going to dry off my brush right here and just make sure all of the stuff is out of it and everything like that, so I can put it away because I'm not going to be using it anymore because I'm all done with the shirt. And now I'm going to go ahead and grab, this is pretty dark. I hope it's not an issue. No, it should be all good. I'm going to go grab some yellow, dab that right there, and I'm going to go and do the hands now, which I should only have to do one layer for because they're pretty small. And there we go. I think that's all good. And now I'm gonna go ahead and I think that's all I wanted to do. I think that's all I wanted to do. So now I'm gonna go ahead and go over all of the lines with my Papermate Inkjoy Gel 0.7mm pen. So I'm just going to go and make sure this is all dry. And then I'm going to do the same with my big brush as well. And then I'm going to put those two away. That one's away. Let's go and make sure this one's all clean as well. It's okay. I didn't expect that to happen. I was just like, okay, let me grip it so I can dry it, and then it just comes off. Yeah, these are really cheap brushes. These are not good quality brushes, y'all. I bought the cheap shit because I don't care about my brushes, but brushes obviously don't care about me either, that's for sure. I'm gonna go and toss that away. That is sopping wet. And I'm gonna go and grab one more paper towel. There we go, got it. And now let's go ahead and just dab this entire drawing, starting from the top. I'm gonna do the shirt. Just work my way down. There we go. And I think that should be good. All right, bet. So now it is time for me to go ahead and start adding all of the details that I want to add with my Papermate Inkjoy Gel 0.7mm pen. And then after that, I think I'm probably going to be done with the drawing. First off, I think I'm going to do all of the outline lines, or all of the border lines, or whatever you want to call them, kind of thing. The lines that actually matter. Except for this line right here, I want to go and do this before I forget about it. And I'm just going to be going over just with those lines just once, and I'm going to be going over them again in the future. Now this pen does have a tendency to smear, so I need to be careful while using it. But it seems to work pretty well on wet-ish paper, so I can't complain. There we go. Let's go and do this side as well. Perfecto. There we go. Let's go and start with the head. Or start with the head. I'm not starting with the head. I'm starting on the head now. Just like that. Perfect. Certainly no complaints on my behalf. I'm going to clean up those lines later. But now my priority is just getting all of the details actually on the page. There we go. Are there any other details I want to add? I think I'm going to add a line right there and a line right there. Don't know how I like that, how that turns out, but I think I like it more than not. And those are all of the lines done. I think those are all of the details that I needed to add. So now I'm just going to start going back over the lines and just finishing off the drawing, essentially. Overall, though, I am definitely much more happy with this than I was when I was just looking at it without any of the pen lines or anything like that. Definitely much more happy with it now. I'm still not the most happy. Oh, come on. I'm still definitely not the most happy with it, but I'm definitely more happy with it than not. Let me put it that way. And is this like just about dead or some? It's just starting to struggle. Oh, wow. Yeah, it is like very much dead. Oh, I didn't realize that. I might switch pens. Okay, I didn't realize that was just about dead. Let's grab this one, make sure this one's not dead. There we go. Oh yeah, this one's just fine. That one's just fine. All right. So let's start using this one then. You know, I think this one might be, this one's pretty dead. This one's pretty dead. So I've had it for a couple years. In the trash it goes. Let's go ahead and complete this. Oh yeah, that's much better already. Much firmer line. And I am going to be going through back one more time, once again, even after I'm done adding all of these details to add even more details. I'm just basically just trying to thicken up all the lines right now and just make it where they're just all a little bit more distinct than they were previously. That is pretty much the goal with this second round of ink. Messed that up a little bit, but that's okay. It is what it is. And thinking that's most of the facial details all done and covered. I don't really think there's any other like thicker areas I need to add or anything like that. I think that's just about all done. I do want to thicken this area up just a little bit. And this area right here as well. And then I want to thicken this area up. And this area up too. And this area, and this area. I'm not so sure if I like how that turned out up there, but hey, it is what it is. You live and you learn, right? You live and you learn. And then I'm thinking that is pretty much all of the details that I want to do for this drawing. I think that's it. I think that, oh my God, can y'all believe me? I forgot to give him a smoke. I completely forgot. What the hell am I thinking? What the hell am I thinking? I completely forgot to give him a smoke. Well, I gotta go ahead and do that. Now, don't I? Alrighty. So I'm gonna get my tiny brush. I'm gonna wet this just a little bit. I'm gonna grab a paper towel as well, because I am gonna be watercolor painting the Siggy, of course. grab up some of that water with my brush. I got it a little bit too wet. There we go. It's closer to what I want. There we go. Perfect. And now let's go ahead and do this color for the filter. Ooh. There we go. Much better. And then I'm going to do a very, very, very light yellow for the rest of the cigarette, I think. Just like that. So there we go. All right, that's the cigarette all done. Go and dry this out again. Throw this away now. Actually, nope, I don't want to throw it away because I'm going to need to dry out. I need to dry out the ciggy. Just like that. All right, it's all dry now. So let's now go ahead and go over that with my Sharpie S Gel pen, not my Papermate Inkjoy. So let's go and just start going over all of the details and everything like that. And there we go. Certainly no complaints on my behalf. And there we go. I think that's just about it. I think I just want to erase some of these pencil lines. Usually they don't bother me, but they're bothering me in this situation. And there we go. All right, that is the drawing all done. This is definitely not my best watercolor painting ever. I ain't gonna lie. Not my best, but I tried something new. I've never tried watercolor painting like a figure with clothes on it before. I wanted to try doing a bunch of different colors with the same character. And honestly, I do feel like I achieved my goal. I've got some shading down here. Still working on shading for like really, really, really light colors like yellow and really, really dark colors like black. But I think I achieved my goal. I've got him some very nice stonewashed jeans, a black shirt, black shoes, and he looks like Homer Simpson kind of thing because he's just yellow. And yeah, I think that's it. I don't really think I have any other details to add. I think I might go over the Siggy outline just one more time with my pen and go over this too. Just one more time, but I think that's it. You know, I think that's it. I don't think there's any other details I want to add. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and end this video right here. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have any constructive criticism for this watercolor painting right here. And of course, please make sure if you guys have any tips for watercolor painting as well to leave them in the comments down below. I invite them. I don't know all that much about watercolor painting. I really should watch some YouTube tutorials, but I'd much rather just watercolor paint than watch the tutorials themselves, in all honesty. It just be like that. But I really have enjoyed watercolor painting in today's video, and I certainly hope you guys have enjoyed watching. It's been a lot of fun to kind of experiment and do something a little bit different. I certainly hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video, and if you guys have enjoyed watching this video, of course, please make sure to like and subscribe, of course, and of course, please make sure to check out my Instagram, my book, my merch, my P.O. box, my main channel, all in the description down below, along with my Twitter and my Instagram and my TikTok. I think I already said my Instagram, but whatever. But yeah, until the next one, y'all, stay safe and peace and have a great one. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying?